Oh, we got another great request, everybody. Elijah Craig Barrel Proof A123 versus Larceny Barrel Proof A123. Two great starts this year from Heaven Hill. Who wins? Let's find out. It's a double bass Friday. It's the Mash and Drum. What's up, folks? I'm Jason C. Welcome back to the Mash and Drum. Like, subscribe, share, and help grow the channel. Appreciate the support. Today's double bass. It's two heavy hitters. It's the battle of the A123s from Heaven Hill. Again, if you guys have any suggestions for some head-to-head matchups, leave them below in the comments. Let's learn a little bit more about today's matchup. First up is the Elijah Craig Barrel Proof Bourbon Batch A123. It's the 31st batch and the highest proof the brand has seen since 2020, coming in at 125.6 proof. Again, 12 years old, and a mash bill of 78% corn, 12% malted barley, 10% rye, non-chill filtered goodness, and it retails for about 70 bucks. Going up against it is its weeded cousin Larceny Barrel Proof A123. This is the 10th release in the series and follows the highly regarded C922 from last year, but the A123 when I reviewed it was no slouch either. This comes in at 125.8 proof. Age is said to be 6 to 8 years old, mash bill of 68% corn, 20% wheat, 12% malted barley, and priced at 60 bucks. All right, guys, while I get these poured, let's hear from today's video sponsor, a product I have loved from day one. It is ZBiotics. That's right, they are back. Today's sponsor is ZBiotics, the amazing probiotic I've been using behind the scenes for a while now. You guys remember the top bourbons of 2022 list? I drank through, a ton of samples to make that top 10. I think I picked like my top 20, 25, did a whole bunch of blind tastings. Well, ZBiotics is what helped me get through all those tastings each and every time. So why does it work so well? ZBiotics was developed by some very smart scientists who knew the real problem is not dehydration, it's actually a byproduct of alcohol, which is most responsible for rough mornings after drinking. We've all been there. ZBiotics produces an enzyme like the one your liver uses to break down this byproduct. So anytime I know I'm gonna have a few drinks or I'm gonna have to taste through a bunch of samples for reviews or for a barrel pick, I take ZBiotics and the next day I can wake up, get to work, get back to the gym, work out, make more content, and get back to just being productive. All I do is drink one of these about an hour before I start drinking, and that's it. Now, I still drink water, stay hydrated, I still try to get a good night's sleep, but ZBiotics will make it a lot easier for me to be productive the next day, especially when trying to balance work, barrel picks, content, and everything else going on in my life. I call it a game changer, and based on other feedback that I've heard from you guys, you agree. Again, it's real science that works, no random plant extracts, no off-the-shelf ingredients, 100% money-back guaranteed if it doesn't work for you, no sugar added, all natural. Here's the deal. Get 15% off your first order of ZBiotics pre-alcohol probiotic by clicking the link in the description box and using my code MASHANDDRUM at checkout. Go to zbiotics.com/mashanddrum or scan the handy QR code on the screen right now and get 15% off your first order. This stuff works, so what are you waiting for? Go and grab some now. Thanks to ZBiotics and to all of you for watching, for making the sponsors happen. So if any of you guys have never watched a double bass episode before, basically I rate it on nose, palate, and finish, and best 2 out of 3 wins. So somebody's got to take it. I thought this was a really good matchup suggestion just because I think the A123s were, pretty damn good this year. That Elijah Craig Barrel Proof A123, I think has gotten better and better, so it'll be interesting to see what happens as it goes against the Larceny. Will the weediness of the Larceny come out in comparison? We'll see. So let's dive in. Here we go. This is... What'll be tricky here is that, Heaven Hill generally has that, nutty profile to it, that nuttiness, but man, this is rich. It is dense. It is creme brulee and caramel, and that could be either one of these two. Oh, man, I love the nose on the first one. A little bit of a dark fruit note too on the first one here. Ooh, a bit of a black cherry note coming out. Let's go to the second one. Second one's not as dense and dark as the first one. However, there's some really nice, some brighter fruits coming out here. You get the brown sugar, you get the nuttiness, but then you get a little bit more of a brighter vanilla, kind of strawberries and cream type thing going on here. Both of them have a decent oak presence. Man. Already, this is interesting. I might have to go with A, you know, the nose going to A. I just think it's deeper, it's darker. It just seems a little bit richer on the nose. I mean, this one is pretty delicious too, but it's just a little bit brighter. You know, for me, I prefer darker flavors, and I feel like I'm getting that out of the first one. Let's try it on the palate. Here we go. Rich, sweet. Hell of a finish here. They're both pretty equal and, you know, very close in proof. So I don't think proof's gonna matter. This is all gonna come down to flavor, palate. This is really thick and rich on the palate too. This has some oak punch to it as well. This is nice. Oh man, that's so good. Which one is that? Because it's oaky, it's sweet, it's brown sugar, it's creme brulee. Again, a little bit of like a black cherry hint, but not much. More of that oak flavor kind of, you know, comes to the back of the palate. A little bit drying, not overly drying though. Damn. That's good. I don't, okay. I'm gonna save my guesses here. Let's try the second one. Wow, completely different when you go off the two palates. Just like the nose, this on the palate, it's brighter, it's sweeter. That strawberry and cream note is completely just in your face now. The one I was getting on the nose, man. Nice little oak punch to it as well. I don't think it's as prevalent as the first one, but there is some oak presence there. It's brighter, sweeter. This is sweet, but it's a different sweet. It's more of a darker sweet, whereas this is a brighter sweet, if that makes sense. This is strawberries and cream. This is like someone took the strawberries and, you know, charred it in like brown sugar for, you know, an hour. Just, I mean, it's so concentrated. Yeah, I'm gonna have to give the palate to the first one here too. It's just so good. Oh my God, yeah, this is good, but this is just on another level. All right. I mean, even if, as I'm tasting this, I think the finish even wins on the first one. This will be a pretty quick double base because I think the first one's just gonna sweep right here. This wasn't as close as I thought it was gonna be. There was a clear winner here with number one, which is, I'm thinking this is the Elijah Craig barrel proof, but is it? Okay. It is. Elijah Craig barrel proof takes down the Larceny. Now, I will say, I'd be curious to see how the Larceny barrel proof C922 would go. You know, I think the Larceny C922 had a little bit more of an oak punch to it. It came off a little bit older, which I think would go well against the A123. But I think the A122 Elijah Craig barrel proof, if you guys haven't had this yet, it's an absolute beast of a bourbon. It is so good. It is such a good kickoff for the year. I'm excited to try B and C for this year. This Larceny barrel proof, where, you know, I could argue it's not as good as the C922, but if you like a brighter bourbon profile with like that strawberry and cream note, a little bit more wheat forward, you definitely got the wheat grain on this too. I think a little bit on the palate, which is what I think gave it away a little bit. But the Elijah Craig, it was just too much, you know, Elijah Craig 12-year goodness that the Larceny, you know, barrel proof A123 couldn't compete with. All right, now on to what I was really excited about doing in this video is blending the two. We're gonna call this the A1234 grain. The A1234 grain. Okay, so let's pour the Larceny in with the Elijah Craig barrel proof. And let's see what it does. I'm curious if that strawberries and cream note is gonna kind of bode well with the Elijah Craig barrel proof. Oh, when I tell you what, it smells fantastic. I think the oakiness from the Elijah Craig has definitely simmered down a little bit, at least on the nose. And you get some of that strawberry and cream note that I'm getting on the Larceny. A little bit of that weeded profile comes through. Oh, it smells fantastic. This turned into like a real rich, like a very rich, like creme brulee, like vanilla custard and strawberries on top. I think that oak still comes through here, but it's not nearly as prevalent, like I said. All right, let's try the blend. Wow. That worked very, very well together. That's a nice blend. I mean, you could probably mess with some proportions here, but these two blended together, specifically the A123s, really, really work. One more sip here. Ooh. Oh my, that is... Again, even on the palate, I think the oak has been tamed down from the Larceny. I think the Larceny tamed down the oak profile a little bit on the Elijah Craig Barrel Proof. And it's like just this sweet, fruity, you get a little bit of the black cherry from the Elijah Craig, but also that strawberry note comes in from the Larceny. It's all creme brulee. The one thing that's a little bit off might be the finish. I think the finish it was kind of fighting. And that just means it may need more time to sit, you know, as a blend, or the proportions just need to be messed with. But as far as front of the palate and mid palate, that's a damn great blend. All right. All right, guys, well, hope you enjoyed this double bass episode. We put the two A123, Elijah Craig, and Larceny barrel proofs head to head. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, hit that subscribe button below. Please hit the like button. If you haven't yet, find me on Instagram, find me on Twitter. Let me know down in the comments if you guys have had this, have had either of these before, and have you tried blending it yet? Because if you haven't, you probably should. And as I always say, it's not about the whiskey, it's the people you share it with. Until next time, see you right here on the Mash and Drum. Take care, folks. Drinking the hell out of this blend. I'm gonna mess with it. I'm gonna tweak it.